Members of the community can now get critical updates on the water crisis firsthand. Coming up, how city leaders are working to keep the public informed.
Plus, with recent rains, flooding continues to be a concern for some areas in the coastal bend. The flood mitigation project still has some residents concerned.
And a little later, you've seen AI on your phone, your car, but apparently it's now heading to the beach. We'll show you how it could play a role in safety.
Well, hey there, happy Tuesday, everyone. If you're just joining us, by the way, thanks for tuning in to Chris 6 Sunrise. We appreciate it. And we appreciate you waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. There was that dramatic pause there, but we got to make the dramatic pause for meteorologist Stephen Jones in with us this morning. Good morning.
Well, good Tuesday morning, you guys. You know, we definitely are still feeling the cool air from that cold front yesterday, and the storms that rolled through is definitely off towards the east now. We're going to be back on that warm up as we're heading through this afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, and into the weekend. Likely to see those 90s making their return as we're heading into the weekend, it looks like. So just make sure to enjoy the warm air as we're heading through the rest of our week, because the cool down is still here for now, but it is quickly going to be gone. Temperature-wise, we're all waking up to those 60s and 70s across the board. 71 there at the Naval Air Station, 65 for Kingsville so far. 64 that temperature in Beeville with Port Aransas also coming in about 72 degrees this morning. As we're heading through the rest of our Tuesday, we'll be back on the warm-up. Plenty of sunshine takes us to 79 by 11 a.m., 86 by 3 p.m., and I'm calling 88 for our daytime high here in Corpus Christi. Could see those upper 80s across the entire coastal bend today, maybe even flirting with the 90-degree mark there in Live Oak County and Jim Wells County, and then a little cooler closer to the coast, 81 for the Naval Air Station, maybe even those upper 70s over towards Port Aransas. As we're going through the next few days, not expecting much in terms of rain chances, but luckily in the long-range forecasts, by the time we're heading into Sunday and Monday of next week, that's where we expect our next favorable atmosphere to work into the area to get some of those showers and storms going once again. But of course, let's get you ready for your Tuesday morning. So far, as you're getting ready to hit the roadways, let's look at that traffic flow map, and so far, so good, luckily. If you're heading to or from Portland and hitting the Harbor Bridge, looking at that good and green flow so far. For our Robstown and Calallen commuters, both 37 and 44 coming in the clear, luckily, no problems there. As we work over to our major thoroughfares here in Corpus Christi, Ocean Drive, SPID, and Saratoga, even Crosstown Expressway, all coming in the clear, so nothing to worry about here in town. Let's take a little detour to the north. Good morning to neighbors in Sinton. So far, no slowdowns to worry about out there on Pirate Boulevard or downtown. Looking at a good and green Tuesday morning across the board, but we'll talk a little bit more about those rain chances on the way. That's coming up in our full 7-day forecast.
Good to know, Stephen. Thank you so much. So Corpus Christi leaders are aiming to keep the public informed about our water crisis.
So with that goal in mind, they held a community water information session. Monday's session was first of 8. City officials also gave an update on lake levels. Because of the information provided, some residents say that they plan to keep showing up.
After recent storms, I wanted to follow up on a flood mitigation project we first reported on back in 2024, when city leaders promised they would help reduce flooding in Westside neighborhoods. I'm your neighborhood news reporter Jada Jenkins, speaking with one neighbor who says she's still concerned. Chris 6 News first reported on the Lavoya Creek Drainage Improvement Project 2 years ago, when city leaders promised flood relief for neighborhoods including Las Colonias, Los Encinos, and Molina. And while recent rain didn't bring major flooding to every street, some neighbors say even minor water buildup can still create problems.
When they say they have a project coming, to me it looks like they do it on their time when they want to do it.
City engineers say phase 1 of the project could begin functioning as early as next month. But phase 2 remains in the planning and design stage with no current timeline for construction.
A Rockport family is suing the Rockport-Fulton School District. Former teacher Joshua Lee Wynn is charged with sexual assault of a child. The family filed the lawsuit in Aransas County District Court. They claim the district and the principal failed to protect a minor student from alleged abuse. The school district has not yet responded to the lawsuit.
A former acting police chief for Coastal Bend College facing charges of theft by a public servant. Investigators say Oscar Mario Rodriguez Jr. He stole firearms from the college. He worked for the campus police department from 2022 to 23. The current administration actually reopened an investigation into the missing guns back in March. The college is reviewing its internal controls to improve campus safety. Well, folks, it is 6:05 on your Tuesday morning.
Thank you so much for joining us, folks. So Democrats and Republicans on Capitol Hill are looking at suspending the federal gas tax. After the break, the obstacles that may be in its way. Welcome back, folks. Let's start your morning with a happy update from a story back in November. We reported the West Guth Park Duck Pond had ran dry, but after the latest string of storms, the pond is now full. And full of birds, too. Look at them. They're so cute.
Love to see that. Now, if only we could see those full waters over at places like Lake Corpus Christi, Choke Canyon. I know that we had some recent rain, but was it in those areas? And are we going to see any anytime soon?
Okay. So Brian, let's see. Well, we're not going to see too much right now, but we do have some on the 7-day forecast at least. So it's not totally going to be drying up, but for the rest of this work week, looking like we're going to see plenty of sunshine and warm temperatures. Luckily, those rains did cause our reservoirs to rise just a little bit, but we definitely need some more weather systems working their way through the area. Starting off with a look at our almanac data from yesterday, luckily we picked up over half an inch of rain from that system that worked over by CCIA, getting our deficit down to about 3.5 inches so far for 2026. So we still have a ways to go, but temperature-wise, still enjoying the nice morning, 66 degrees for that morning low yesterday, and coming in this morning, still enjoying plenty of those upper 60s. Here's a live view from our studio sky cam. You can see that view of downtown and the Harbor Bridge in view, 66 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Winds out of the north, still 6 miles an hour, but those are going to be changing as we head through the rest of the day. Let's take a closer look at our temperatures now with our Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network. Starting off on the south side, reading 70 degrees there on Pebble Beach Drive, 69 by Taylor's Way Court so far, and over into Flower Bluff now, 64 on Graham Road, 71 there on Laguna Shores Road this morning so far. Off to the north now towards Rockport, 69 on Augusta Drive, Cochrane Lane coming in at that 70-degree mark and a little detour inland. There in Kingsville, reading also that 66-degree mark and going to be the same from our Bishop Badger Meadowbrook reporting station. As we're getting ready for that school day forecast, though, like we talked about, we're going to be on the warm up today with plenty of sunshine. 85 degrees by 3 p.m. and I'm calling 88 for our daytime high over by CCIA. In terms of our winds, they're going to be starting to shift from the northeast this morning to the east this afternoon to the southeast as we're heading into this evening, and that's going to bring our moisture up as we're heading into the back half of the week. You'll notice that humidity more in the atmosphere by the time we're heading into Friday and Saturday. But for today, for our Tuesday, wind-wise, we still have the northerly winds this morning, so not too bad in terms of the humidity. Starts to turn more out of the southeast as we head into this afternoon and evening, but luckily not overly windy either, only going to be about 15 to 20 miles an hour, both when it's out of the northeast and the southeast. As we're walking through the future tracker, plenty of sunshine on the board for today, maybe just a few clouds working in from the west, but that doesn't stop us from hitting the mid to upper 80s for our daytime highs, and then we're waking up to those 60s and 70s once again tomorrow morning, but then even more sunshine tomorrow. We're going to see the reappearance of those 90s on the board as you work your way into our inland counties towards Duval, Jim Wells, even Live Oak, and maybe even Bee County, chasing that 92-degree mark there in Beeville tomorrow. So we're going to be on the warm-up, and that's all because of this upper-level ridge that's working in from the American Southwest. It's going to shift over the Lone Star State over the next couple of days, meaning we're going to stay warm and dry, but luckily it weakens as we're heading into the weekend, and then by the time we're heading in towards that Sunday to Monday time frame, we see this next upper-level trough working in from the west coast, and once that works in towards the central United States, that's where we're going to see those rain chances reappear on the board. So we got to wait until about next week to get some more rain chances into the area. Here's how it's rounding out on the 7-day forecast. 88, if not 89 degrees, getting close to that 90-degree mark as we're heading into the weekend, with overnight lows riding from the 60s to the 70s this weekend. And then finally, as we head into next week, there's that chance for some more isolated thunderstorms as we're heading into Monday and Tuesday.
Stephen, thank you so much for that. So, folks, the current federal gas tax sitting right around 18 cents this morning, but now a number of our nation's leaders indicating support to suspend it.
To talk about this, Scripps News Group Chief Washington correspondent Joe St. George joins us live now. So, Joe, what big obstacles may be in its way?
Well, this is an interesting one from a policy standpoint because you have, and a politics standpoint, you have Democrats saying this is a good idea, likely will vote for it. Republicans voting for it. President Trump is backing it. But you also have concern on both sides. You have Democrats saying, hey, wait a minute, this is only 18 cents. that's been a $1.50 hike in the last 60 plus days. More needs to be done. I think the biggest hurdle for President Trump may be Senator John Thune. He's the Republican leader in the U.S. Senate. He controls what bills hit the floor during the Biden administration. When former President Joe Biden wanted a gas tax holiday, Thune was against it. Now, why are some against it over policy grounds? Well, if you suspend the gas tax holiday, let's say for a month, that's billions of dollars in revenue that doesn't go to the National Highway Trust Fund. And that means that Congress has to find that money elsewhere. It isn't easy given the state of the current books in Washington, D.C. So that's one area of concern. Another, and the Bipartisan Policy Center has put out analysis on this, that gas tax holidays don't necessarily always get passed along to you, the driver, that at least not as much as advertised, with gas stations owners maybe taking a little, or oil refineries taking a little. Again, depends on how it's worked. Here's Senator Chuck Schumer with extended remarks on the Senate floor yesterday about what the president wants, and that's a gas tax holiday.
Families need real relief at the pump, and Senate Democrats will support real action to lower costs. But let's not pretend 18 cents of gas tax relief per gallon makes up for the damage Trump created with this war. 18 cents isn't $1.50, which is how much the price of gas has gone up.
President Trump does need Congress to sign off on this suspension. He cannot do it on his own. But, you know, we've seen states address this in recent days, some more than others. I think the best maybe national example is Indiana. The governor in Indiana suspended excise taxes, gasoline taxes in recent days, and they've seen the price of gasoline fall in the Hoosier state by 40 cents, 50 cents, $1 in some counties. So we have seen this be impactful. And as our viewers in South Texas know, right, every little bit helps when it comes to the price of gas. But in Corpus Christi, it's a unique story. I mean, with everything yes, we're seeing higher gas prices. Yes, the world has seen the greatest change in our global energy markets ever. But at the port of Corpus Christi, I mean, the oil industry, the ports where you guys live, it's never been busier. So there's interesting economic stories on this issue, certainly to tell in your neck of the woods.
Right, Joe. All I know is we're going to keep carpooling for now.
Passenger princess over here. Well, hey, thank you so much, Joe. I really do appreciate it. We'll talk to you again very soon. Well, hey, folks, it is 6:15 on your Tuesday morning. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. So there's been a rise in more sophisticated retail theft, and it could actually be affecting how you shop. We'll show you the long-term impact after the break. Holiday shopping like Memorial Day has shoppers focused on saving some money, but it also causing more opportunities for thieves to cash in.
That is exactly right. Scripps News Group national correspondent Holly Furfer explains how retail theft can impact what you buy and how you pay.
Shoplifting is not new. Retailers already plan for shrinkage or inventory loss, but theft and fraud are rising, and experts say the fallout goes far beyond higher prices. When you hear retail theft, you probably picture this: one person swiping a single item from a rack, or this, a stranger stealing a package from your porch. All of that is money out of retailers' pockets.
They're having to do chargebacks. They are issuing new products out to people.
But experts say shoplifting has grown into something bigger.
Retailers and even supply chain organizations are talking about large increases in cargo and supply chain theft.
David Johnston with the National Retail Federation says thieves are now using military-like tactics or cyber criminal schemes to pose as legitimate brokers to steal cargo without ever breaking into a store. It's called organized retail crime, or ORC.
We've also seen an increase in the fraud realm, where things like return fraud and gift card schemes.
Consumers are feeling it in other ways, too. According to the marketing platform OmniSend, porch pirates hit 30% of homes last year, nearly 1 in 3. Nearly 62% of victims got a refund or free replacement, costing retailers nearly $8 billion. To fight package theft, Greg Zakowicz says companies have already added in-store pickup, delivery photos, and other options, but more changes are on the table.
Do we need to put 50 cent or $1 order protection fee on orders, and if people don't opt into it, they don't get the refunds, they don't get replacement products?
In the National Retail Federation's latest report on theft and violence, not counting porch theft, retailers show an 18% increase in shoplifting incidents. Most assume retailers are insured against these losses. Johnston says that's not the case.
It impacts the bottom line, and that bottom line is money taken away for additional jobs, to bring more product into the store, to keep prices low.
The National Retail Federation is urging Congress to help address the issue by passing the Combating Organized Retail Crime Act, or CORCA. The bill, if passed, would provide federal resources to local authorities to stop theft groups that steal from one community and take merchandise across state lines or across borders. Holly Furfer, Scripps News Group.
So a new poll suggests that young Americans are feeling increasingly discouraged about their job prospects. A new Gallup survey shows the United States has the world's largest gap in confidence about the job market between younger and older workers. It also suggests older Americans reporting feeling far more optimistic about finding work. Researchers say that other advanced economies have not seen the same divide.
New AI technology is being tested to help improve swimming safety at the beach. In a critical moment, the new technology is designed to help shorten response time. It uses cameras and GPS monitoring and can alert rescuers if a life ring is removed from its station. But while the new tech shows promise, experts say being aware of rip currents and how to swim out of one is most important.
Swimming in the ocean is not the same as swimming in the pool. It's a whole different dynamic, and so if you're not familiar with ocean swimming, you need to learn that before you go in, and when the conditions don't seem appropriate, don't go in. So when in doubt, don't go out.
A new tool is expected to help prevent drownings before it's too late. It's currently being tested in Florida. Well, folks, it's now 6:23 your Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us today.
We definitely appreciate it, as always. So mammogram guidance is causing some confusion. What doctors are recommending for patients to keep up with screenings? All right, kids, I've got some good news for you, right? The American Academy of Pediatrics is updating its guidelines about school recess. Recess is used as a crucial role in adolescent development. The group said that recess should be considered a child's personal time and not withheld for academic reasons. Good news, right? However, the group said it's up to school districts to determine the length of time for recess, and staff should encourage equity, inclusion, and safety for all students. Well, the Supreme Court is extending a short-term order for the access for the abortion pill mifepristone. The temporary order was supposed to expire Monday, but is in place through Thursday evening. The justices are deliberating a high-profile emergency appeal from drug manufacturers after the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals issued a ruling requiring women to have an in-person visit to obtain the drug.
There's some confusion for women when it comes to mammogram guidance. Right now, the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force recommends women start at age 40 and screen every other year. The American Cancer Society suggests women at the average risk have the option at age 40 to start annual screening, at age 45 have mammograms every year, and at 55 start screening every other year or choose to continue annual screenings.
Based on our guidelines for the American College of Radiology and the Society of Breast Imaging, we recommend starting at age 40 every year.
Now, doctors say the conflicting guidance may lead to delays in screening and cancers being detected at a later stage. She says some women also put off screening because no one in their family has had the disease. Well, folks, 6:27 now, your Tuesday morning.
Thanks for tuning in. We always appreciate it. Still ahead, gas prices not completely diverting travelers this summer, right? A record AAA says what you can expect as we approach the holiday weekend. Millions of American travelers are getting ready to hit the road this weekend. The expectation ahead of the holiday weekend.
Plus, a special program for U.S. sailors this Mental Health Awareness Month will show you how dogs are helping them stress less.
And a little later, arguments will be heard if a restraining order should remain in place for the founder of Corpus Christi Chronica. What we can expect in court.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Chris 6 Sunrise. If you're just joining us, thank you so much for waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. It is that time because a lot of people are just waking up, getting ready for work. What's the day look like? Mr. Stephen Jones has all the answers.
Well, good Tuesday morning, you guys. You know, we are looking like a pretty great day, if you ask me. We're starting off maybe jacket-worthy in those 60s and 70s this morning. We're going to warm up into the afternoon. At least it's going to be one of those days you don't need the jacket into the afternoon. We're going to be chasing the upper 80s for daytime highs, and then through the rest of the week looks like we'll be chasing those lower 90s. But starting off with our Tuesday morning, here's a view from our studio sky cam. You can see that gorgeous sunrise in view, and temperatures across the board in those 60s and 70s. 64 out there in Beeville. Going to match that for Alice this morning, with the cool spot being Hebronville coming in at 63 degrees and a little bit of a warm up closer to the coast. Port Aransas 72, the Naval Air Station coming in at 71 so far this morning. Through the rest of our Tuesday, we're holding on to plenty of sunshine and just those partly cloudy skies into the afternoon. Takes us to 84 by 1 p.m. and then calling about 88 for our daytime high here by CCIA at least. Winds out of the northeast this morning, going to shift out of the east and then southeast as we're heading into this afternoon and evening for us. And across the board, daytime high is going to round out in those lower 80s closer to the coast, if not the upper 80s, and flirting with that 90-degree mark towards Jim Wells County as we head into later today, and then even warmer through the rest of the week. But let's get you ready for your Tuesday morning as you're getting ready to hit the roadways. So far, so good as we're taking a look at the traffic flow map. If you're hitting the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland this morning, looking at that good and green color flow so far. So for our Robstown and Calallen commuters, both 37 and 44 also coming in that good and green color. For our major thoroughfares here in Corpus Christi, Ocean Drive, SPID, Saratoga, even Crosstown Expressway, no slowdowns to report as of right now. So a good and green Tuesday morning. Let's take a little detour inland. Good morning to neighbors there in Sinton. Pirate Boulevard and downtown both looking good. Not even any of the yellows on the map. So across the board, that good and green Tuesday morning. But luckily, we have some more rain chances we're tracking into next week. We'll talk a little bit more about those coming up in our full 7-day forecast.
Stephen, thank you so much. The U.S. Department of Energy plans to release more than 53 million barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve.
That's right. This is all part of the U.S.'s pledge to add 172 million barrels to the international market. More than 30 countries are also included in an initiative that focuses on bringing roughly 400 million barrels of oil to the world.
A record 45 million Americans are expected to travel for Memorial Day weekend, so AAA projects nearly 40 million people will hit the road, making road trips the most popular option again this year. Despite higher gas prices, travel demand remains strong as many Americans kick off the unofficial start of summer. Although that record is expected, a new survey suggests summer travel plans may be taking a backseat for some vacationers. The poll shows rising costs are the biggest reason.
Well, a AAA spokesperson says that more than 3.6 million people plan to fly over the holiday weekend, even with airfare going up. Now, she says travelers will likely pull back on spending elsewhere. Since the war with Iran began, gas prices have surged more than 50%. Maritime traffic through the Strait of Hormuz is essentially halted, and it's really impacting oil production around the world.
The people who want to get away this summer or just even over Memorial Day weekend are going to find a way to do it.
And Patrick DeHaan with Gas Buddies says the gas prices won't come down until there's more clarity on a possible peace deal between the U.S. and Iran. Without a deal in sight, summer travel could get even more expensive. So if you're heading out to the pump this morning, this is what AAA says you can expect for regular gas. The average $3.95 here in Corpus Christi, and for diesel, $4.86. So if you had plans in running Beach to Bay and did not sign up, some bad news for you. All sign-up spots have been filled. The 49th annual Beach to Bay Relay Marathon will take place on Saturday. There's going to be 6 legs for the race. The first will be at the intersection of Elf Road and Access Road 5. The route will then go near Bob Hall Pier, the Causeway Bridge, the Flower Bluff, and the Navy Naval Air Station North Gate, ending near Swantner Park.
And you know, while thousands are training for the Beach to Bay, local veterans and military families are getting ready to celebrate Armed Forces Day. So they're asking me to help spread the word about these events. American Legion Post 28 is hosting a ceremony at Sherrill Veterans Memorial Park to honor and recognize the men and women serving in all 6 branches of the U.S. military. It starts at 10 a.m. Saturday. And there's also a Veterans Benefit and Family event Saturday at the Corpus Christi Firefighter Event Hall. The address is 6014 Air Street. Expect live music, barbecue, raffles, and kids activities from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
So a special program is helping U.S. Navy sailors reduce their stress level on board. Boeing on deployment with the U.S. Navy can mean months and months at sea and limited options for dealing with stress. Having a dog on board helps reduce that stress. The 4-legged crew members are on loan from Mutts with a Mission, a Virginia-based nonprofit that trains service dogs and facility dogs.
As we're looking at our facility dogs, we go, okay, which dog will thrive in a ship environment? Some dogs, you saw Ike, that dog was born to be on a ship.
Oh my gosh, I love to see it. The program was developed after one naval officer simply said he wanted a dog on a ship full time. I don't blame him either. And research shows interacting with an EFD it can boost the sailor's mood for hours.
We need dogs in the studio, too.
We do.
And folks, don't forget, you can always check out the stories I've been working on recognizing veterans in our community. All you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen. It will take you to the Veterans in Focus section on our website, KrisTV.com. Well, it is now 6:37 your Tuesday morning. Before you head out the door, meteorologist Stephen Jones has a look at your forecast.
And still ahead, how the city of Corpus Christi making sure that the community is informed with our water crisis.
An Oasis County judge is set to hear arguments in an ongoing legal battle tied to the founder of the Corpus Christi Chronica. Coming up, what today's hearing could mean for the case going forward.
And some big decisions are ahead for City Council today. What a potential level 1 water emergency could look like.
Plus, health officials are monitoring passengers after a hantavirus exposure linked to recent travel. The latest developments are still ahead.
Now, 20 minutes of nonstop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
Hey there, folks. Well, if you missed the City of Corpus Christi's first community water session, well, there's still time to make another one, right?
Yeah, that's right. The informative event allowed residents to learn about water supply projects. Monday's session was the first of 8, and City Council also gave an update on lake levels. Because of the information provided, some residents say they plan to keep showing up.
I think we need more of it, and I will probably attend some of the others to hear what some of the other community spokespeople or some of the citizens have. What are the other concerns?
Citizens were encouraged to ask questions or write down their thoughts on comment cards.
So there are still 7 more information sessions taking place over the next several weeks. The next one, that's going to take place over the Greenwood Senior Center, May 28th. Again, the city manager and Corpus Christi water staff, they're going to be on hand to answer residents' questions.
Several residents are cleaning up this morning after yesterday's storms. Over in Flower Bluff, some compared the damage to Harvey.
My husband wouldn't let me outside to make sure my dogs were okay.
In different parts of Flower Bluff, trees were snapped in half and even uprooted.
Honestly, I thought it was a tornado. That's how loud it was. I'm from West Texas, and I've heard the way tornadoes sound.
It sounded like a tornado, and the winds were like crazy. Very crazy. Knocked my tree down, my backyard's messed up, my dogs were flying everywhere, and the wind probably was about 80 miles per hour. Worse than that. Worse than Harvey.
I'm Stephanie Molina, taking a look at some of the fallout from Monday's storm on the south side. I spoke with one neighbor who showed me the damage to her home that forced her family to evacuate. That is the damage a Southside resident, Veronica Ramirez, and her family are dealing with after the thunderstorm early Monday morning. According to the National Weather Service, the thunderstorm in the Southside had winds of at least 55 miles per hour.
We didn't want to stay here, so we ended up rushing out and just pretty much being displaced from our home. We went elsewhere to take cover.
While Chris 6 was out there, the power had yet to come back. So we reached out to AEP to see if it could help speed up the process. Shortly after we left, AEP came and helped put the power line safely away. Ramirez says although feeling scared, she is glad she reacted quickly.
Corpus Christi City Council, they've got a big decision to make today that affects all of us. A new proposal for exactly what a level 1 water emergency may look like. The city wants to increase the monthly water allotment for residential users. The limit would go from 5,250 gallons to 6,000 gallons. The proposal would also get rid of that potential $500 fine and take off the table that threat of shutting off our water.
But the goal is to use surcharges in lieu of fines that could be issued, especially to residential customers.
So even though we won't see those fines for water usage, the fines still do exist for things like irrigating landscape or hose washing your car, right? But what about industry and high volume users, especially those who get around surcharges by paying fees? Well, those changes could be coming to them as well.
We're going to work with industry to see if we can get consensus on charging surcharges, even if you have the drought exemption fee that you pay. The drought exemption surcharge fee, that surcharges would go into effect for large volume users regardless if they bought that insurance or not.
So we will be at the City Council meeting later on today and bring you their decision on air and on our website, KrisTV.com.
Well, good Tuesday morning there, Coastal Bend. Taking a look at our almanac data from yesterday, we did have those storms roll through the area, picked up over half an inch of rain, at least over by CCIA. Took us down in terms of that rainfall deficit from 4 inches closer to 3.5 inches. So for 2026, we're not quite there, but still making the right trends as we're heading into May now. In terms of our morning low, got down to 66 degrees compared to that average of 70, and still enjoying a lot of those 60s this morning. Here's a view from our Sunset Island cam, courtesy of Matthews CCAC. 63 degrees. Winds are pretty calm right now, but still out of the north for most of us this morning. 64 that temperature in Beeville, 65 over by George West this morning, and then Corpus Christi 66 degrees. Port Aransas, the warm spot, coming in at 72 so far. As we go through the next few hours, let's check out the dog walking forecast for that. O.B. Gonzalez, our star of the day. He's from Jim Wells County and says their favorite place to take a walk is along the beach. Pretty good spot for it. As we're heading out there for O.B.'s walk, 76 by 10 a.m. up to 82 as we're heading out for that lunchtime around noon, and then winds still out of the north this morning like we talked about, about 10 miles an hour, shifting more to the east and then the southeast as we're heading into this afternoon and evening. Here's how the wind speed is going to play out through today, about 15 to 20 miles per hour for those gusts, so really not too bad, lighter than what we saw yesterday. It dies down towards midday as it shifts direction further out of the southeast as we're heading into this afternoon, but even when it does that, still only expecting about 15 to 20 miles an hour. For future tracker going through today, plenty of sunshine, just a little bit of partly cloudy skies shifting in from the west, but that doesn't stop us from hitting the upper 80s for our daytime highs today. And then as we go into tomorrow, we hold on to plenty of those clear skies, puts us down into the 60s and a few 70s along the coast tonight once again as we wake up for our Wednesday morning. And then going into tomorrow, not even expecting that cloud cover. That's going to take us back into the 90s towards Duval and Live Oak County as we're heading into tomorrow, and then becomes a little bit more apparent as we're heading through the rest of the week, at least more common across the entire coastal bend. That's going to be due to this upper level ridge that's building in from the American Southwest. You can see centers itself over the Lone Star State over tomorrow into Thursday, and then it starts to weaken as we're heading into the weekend. And then luckily, as it does weaken, heading into Sunday and Monday of next week, we'll start to see this next upper level trough working in from the west coast. That's going to mean maybe a little bit of cooler weather, but mainly it's going to mean some more of those rain chances for us here in the coastal bend. So for right now, with the upper level ridge overhead, we're going to stay pretty warm as we're heading through the week ahead. Early next week could see a light cool down thanks to that upper level trough, but the better news is going to kick up those rain chances for us because this week we're not expecting much of anything, just going to need the umbrella for some shade if you want. As we're heading in towards the weekend, Sunday and Monday of next week, that's where we anticipate those rain chances start making their return to the board. So here's how it's playing out on the 7-day forecast: 88, 89 degrees, maybe even 90 as we're heading through the week ahead. So plan on the warm weather with rising humidity by the weekend, and then as we're heading into next week, that's where we see the changes on the board with by Monday with some more of those isolated thunderstorms.
This afternoon, a Nueces County judge is expected to hear arguments over whether a restraining order against Corpus Christi Chronica founder Eric Tunches should remain in place in an ongoing property dispute tied to the Peters family estate. Last month, a judge temporarily barred Tunches from collecting rent, handling payments, or representing himself as an authorized agent connected to several Corpus Christi properties named in the case. The order came after Tunches continued managing the properties and evicting tenants, despite court rulings questioning his authority over them. Now, Tunches has said he plans to comply with the restraining order while pursuing legal remedies through the courts. For Chris 6 News, I'm Leah Zora.
So the Senate has taken a key step forward, confirming a new leader for the Federal Reserve. Kevin Warsh is now on track to replace Jerome Powell, or as I call him, Papa Powell, as chairman later on this week. The Senate voted 49-44 Monday to advance Kevin Warsh's nomination to the Federal Reserve Board of Governors. That follows last week's party line approval by the Senate Banking Committee.
Democrats with the House Oversight Committee will hold a hearing with Jeffrey Epstein survivors this morning. The hearing will examine how Epstein's case was handled and decisions made that led to little accountability for the late financier's alleged crimes. Lawmakers are expected to speak to the media after the hearing. A court hearing for Tiger Woods is taking place in Florida today. This will mostly be just a procedural hearing, and it's unclear if Woods will be there himself. It all stems from the March car accident where Woods rolled his SUV. He's facing several misdemeanor charges, including DUI with property damage. Prosecutors have also been attempting to obtain Woods' prescription medical records, saying it may be relevant to the crash. Woods' team is attempting to fight that.
Well, the war with Iran casts a shadow all the way to Beijing, a powerful Iranian ally and a big consumer of its oil. President Trump called the regime's latest peace proposal that delays nuclear negotiations garbage, saying that they reversed course on giving up their enriched uranium.
They said, you're going to have to take it. We were going to go with them, but they changed their mind because they didn't put it in the paper.
The president saying he'll aim to suspend the federal gas tax to shave about 18 cents off a gallon. That's off the national average, surpassing $4.50. Congress needs to weigh in, and some experts warn of a limited impact.
Today's show host Savannah Guthrie is taking her love of Wordle from the couch to primetime television. The series will feature teams competing to solve 5-letter word puzzles in what the network calls a battle of smarts, speed, and fun. Casting is already underway, though the Wordle game show is not expected to premiere until 2027. Guthrie says the show's pilot was delayed after her mother disappeared earlier this year.
So 17 Americans are now back in the U.S. after a hantavirus exposure on a cruise ship. Those passengers were transported to the Nebraska Medicine campus. That's where they are being housed in the National Quarantine Unit. According to CDC, passengers were not actually placed under quarantine upon their arrival. Instead, they were monitored and assessed for a shorter stay and will likely go home for a self-monitoring period. That monitoring period will last 42 days. Well, after disembarking from the cruise ship experiencing the hantavirus outbreak over the weekend, 2 passengers have landed in Atlanta. Immediately following their arrival, both passengers were transported to the Emory University's Serious Communicable Diseases Unit. Authorities are taking appropriate precautions in these cases. At this time, there does not appear to be a risk to the public.
A teen in Jasper, Texas is recounting the events of Mother's Day weekend when he was struck by lightning. Hunter Weish was fishing when the weather took a turn. A strike of lightning traveled through the tree, his fishing pole, and into him. His mother called 911, and when responders arrived, Hunter was alert.
My bones in my right leg are real weak. My hip, my knee, my foot, just a lot of weakness. I'm probably the unluckiest lucky man alive to come out the way I did.
Well, Hunter says he isn't letting lightning get in the way of casting his line.
Love to see it. All right, listen up, Cowboys fans. We know who the Cowboys will open the season up against in 4 months. Dallas Cowboys be on the road against their NFC East Division rivals, the New York Giants. That game will air right here on Chris 6, Sunday, September 13th. The full 2026 schedule, that's going to be released on Thursday.
A public health mobile clinic starts in just under an hour in Bishop. The free service will take place at the St. James Catholic Church until 10. It offers free services of those uninsured or underinsured, and you don't need an appointment to attend.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
A former acting police chief for Coastal Bend College, Oscar Mario Rodriguez Jr., facing charges. Investigators say that he stole firearms. He worked there from 2022 to 23. Now the college is reviewing its internal controls to improve campus safety.
A family is suing Rockport Fulton ISD after former teacher Joshua Lee Nguyen's arrest. They claim the district failed to protect a student from alleged abuse. The school district has not yet responded to the lawsuit.
And a road closure will now take place tonight after being rescheduled. So tonight at 9, IH-37 will close from North Chaparral to Staples Street. The road will reopen at 6 Wednesday morning.
Visitation continues this afternoon at 2 over at Most Precious Blood Catholic Church for Bishop Emeritus Rene Gracida. A funeral mass will take place tomorrow morning, followed by interment at the Corpus Christi Cathedral.
And President Donald Trump getting ready for his annual dental and physical exam this month. He's also going to meet with service members and staffers. The appointment is scheduled for May 26th.
JCB is recalling its sour cream and onion popcorn seasoning. This is because a milk powder ingredient could contain salmonella. The company issued the recall out of caution. Those with the products are urged to stop using it and contact the company.
So it is time for one final check-in on the weather just before you head out the door, folks. My man, meteorologist Stephen Jones joins us. How you doing, buddy?
Well, good morning, Brian. Good morning, Michelle. You know, we are doing pretty well this morning. We could still have that jacket on. We're waking up to the 60s across most of our neighborhoods, but going into this afternoon, it's going to be one of those days you definitely don't need the jacket the whole day. We're going to be chasing those upper 80s for our daytime highs, but also luckily the roadway's flowing nice and smooth. Here's a look from our SBID Skycam, starting to pick up with a little bit more traffic out there, but luckily no slowdowns that we've been tracking so far. Here's the traffic flow map, and you can see plenty of that good and green flow so far. If you're hitting the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland, looking good and green so far. And for our Robstown, Cal Allen commuters, both 37 and 44 coming in with no issues to report as of right now this morning. For our major thoroughfares here in Corpus Christi, Ocean Drive, SPID, Saratoga, and even Crosstown Expressway, all four coming in the clear if you're going to be hitting those roadways. And a closer look at downtown, not seeing any of those yellows on the map, so really just a good and green Tuesday morning, but we've got some changes on the way, so let's get you that forecast as you're getting ready to head out the door. So far, we're waking up to those 60s across the board out there. Temperatures in the 70s as you work closer to the coast. Port Aransas is 72 degrees. The Naval Air Station sitting at 71 so far, with those 60s pretty much common. Inland 64 there in Alice so far. Beeville also coming in at that 64 degree mark, with Kingsville reading 65. As we're heading through the rest of our day, we're going to hold on to plenty of sunshine, hitting 84 by 1 p.m. I'm calling 88 for our daytime high here in Corpus Christi, and likely to see those upper 80s across the entire coastal bend. Maybe just slightly cooler closer to the coast in those lower 80s in Rockport and in the Naval Air Station, with the upper 80s as you work your way inland. In terms of rain chances, not expecting too much for now this week, but as we head in towards the end of the weekend and into the start of next week, that's where we start to see them pick up once again towards Sunday and Monday of next week for us. So on the 7-day forecast, we are looking at warm weather for the rest of the work week. 88 degrees for today and tomorrow, with plenty of sunshine, flirting with that 90-degree mark as we're heading into the weekend, with rising humidity and finally those rain chances reappearing on the board as we head into next week.
Okay, Stephen, before we go, check out this utterly amazing senior prank in Nebraska. A group of high school seniors decided to seize the moment by herding cattle into the school's parking lot. Their ability to achieve this feat was no coincidence. They had to get permission from the principal.
All right, the seniors didn't leave the cows alone all night, though, folks. Don't worry. Some camped outside to make sure they did not get loose. and miss a steak. The seniors also had to clean up any messes that were left behind.
Ooh, I wouldn't want that job.
All right. What was your senior prank?
We didn't have one. I know.
We put all of the chairs and tables and whatnot from every classroom on the roof of the school.
What? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We didn't do too much in my class either. I think they were still pretty big on senior skip day. You know, everybody going to the rivers and everything up there, but no, not too much on the pranks, I guess. But that was a good one.
That is a pretty good one. Well, thank you so much, Stephen. Thank you, folks, for joining us at home. We always do appreciate it. And hey, we do have more news from your neighborhood coming up later on today at noon and 4 o'clock. We don't see you, though. The Sunrise Crew and you are amazing.